So it all boils down to this. The team so desperate to be up amongst the big hitters. And today, only a win suffices. It truly doesn't get any better, any bigger than this. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We have already started here. Sao Paulo cannot consider the option of defeat. It's not a question of want, but must. Roberto Carlos. Lionel Messi. The Brazil tournament in 2014 probably was one in which, Jim, he really got to leave his mark for Argentina.
Yeah, I think so too. His record until then, Peter, was 1 goal in 8 appearances, but he picked it up with 4 in 3 group stage games, I think.
Yeah, that's the case, including a memorable double against the Nigerians in Sao Paulo.
Yeah, neither of those turned out to be the winning goal, but it certainly went to cement the brilliance of the man, and to do it on Brazilian soil must have made it just that little bit more special.
Now it's Batistuta. Now it's Van Basten. And it's Gullit. And this is Batistuta. Batistuta was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Now it's Neymar. And this is Ronaldinho. Roberto Carlos. Rijkaard. It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life. Rijkaard. Roberto Carlos. Now it's Ronaldinho.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Roberto Carlos.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Serginho can get it clear. Adams.
Yeah, I've had a quick review of what we've seen so far, and I can confirm we're in a shot-free zone.
Played into space out wide. That's tidy. Looking for options for movement. Played into the box. And the shot! Goal, Italy! The movement so precise. The finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Italy are in front now, the game's only goal.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Oh, that was vital. Raul in the hunt and looking threatening. Played out towards the right wing. And this is Messi. And Messi! Oh, it's come loose. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. Goes for a shot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. He's done very well to get to that.
That'll earn him a few high fives. Probably feels he could have been better protected, though.
Italy with the corner. They're first. They've played it. And here's Roberto Carlos. And it's Messi.
Sao Paulo are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Zanetti gets big. Oh, off the bar. And Neuer pulls off a sensational save.
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
Messi. Raul.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
Stoichkov. And it's Van Basten. Ronaldinho. Italy look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're...
Ronaldinho! Busquets is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Gullit. He's a sharp little ball here. Adams gets over and intercepts. Hullet pressing high and with purpose. Played back into the centre. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Now that looks a decent ball. Italy do have a chance to counter here. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Ronaldinho. Messi. Messi unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Stoichkov. And that interception was most necessary. And it's half-time here. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Signore e signori, vi chiediamo cortesemente di rimanere seduti durante lo svolgimento della partita. Grazie.
And we're underway again.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
Climbs up big! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Tonali and Marquinhos. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Batistuta and Batistuta! That's another chance. Roberto Carlos. Now it's Ronaldinho. Italy finding their passes. Messi showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Costa Curta. Hullet. Howson. Sao Paulo still chasing a one-goal deficit here. And it's Stoichkov. Busquets could try cutting inside here.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
Ronaldinho. And now the breakaway. And it's Messi. Zanetti, the man synonymous with solidity. Looking for the run.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
That looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And this is Messi, and this is Raul. Aimed beyond the defence. And he's on his way! Oh, shooting chance! It's in! And there's the goal they've been looking for. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, with this...
He's tried one! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Italy have the chance to go the other way. Zanetti. That's a nicely shaped ball. Shot could be on. He saw the deck. Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. Sao Paulo present their opponents with the best possible chance here to further improve their position of comfort. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. The time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
That's a good penalty. Made the keeper commit early and set himself up for quite a comfortable finish.
Italy find a position of real strength now. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. Oh, it's a massive game for him, but that can't concern the referee, who has sent him off. The player's body language here is a bit grim. It is not looking great at all. Jim, I suppose that was the only possible outcome in the circumstances.
Well, Peter, I don't think he even had time to blink. This is just a spontaneous reaction.
Corner number 2 then. Shoots! He's kept it out just. So, third corner of the game. And that's it. And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin. Sao Paulo are looking to get a flying start here in the long race towards the finish line. This is a day for optimism, for hope, for dreaming of what might be. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters, who are ready now to perform. So that's got things underway.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders, who need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
Nicely spread. And it's Xabi Alonso. He's got plenty of space out wide here. There it is!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
Complete awareness. He understood what was needed, and he executed it smoothly.
Well, I just think it was really good movement, but I think a couple of defenders got caught ball watching there when they should have been picking up the danger man.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Pass is just off target. Over to the left. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And here's Van Basten. Well, that looks... Big chance! Oh, it's come off the upright. Shot a goal! And the keeper's glad to see the back of that.
Well, it was probably, for him, the best option, but then again, I'm not the best judge of that.
Poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. Look, and the shot! It's in! They're level in a trice!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
And he's had a hit! Good strike, quite an alarm. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Baresi. Raul. And this is Pato. Spread it left. Serginho. Pullet is the team's great visionary. Pullet. Koundé kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Can he get it through? Adriano receives it in a wide position. Howson. And it's Serginho. Oh, can he get onto this? Succumbs to the pressure. Pelé. Well, they've got it again. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Xabi Alonso. Pelé. Now it's Pato. Spread neatly. Denilson. Tries to play it through. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Xabi Alonso. Great vision. Pullet. And Pullet! Oh, another save. And we have our very first corner. Brazil are looking to go forward now. Tries to pass it through. And this is Pato. He's shifting through. Shot, surely! Goal, Brazil! And again they hit the front. And that really is so impressive.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Brazil go into the lead. And it's Serginho. Now it's Batistuta. Serginho. Serginho's cross. Keeper has taken decisive action. Played it again. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Xavi Alonso. It's a pretty loose pass. Aimed beyond the defence. Van Basten! And yes, it's there! And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
This is quite a battle.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Busquets has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident. Great chance! And that was probably asking just too much.
Oh, he's usually such a good finisher.
Stoichkov. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, it's come loose. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Oh, sweet feet. It's run loose here. And the first half is done. Sao Paulo are involved in a terrific contest here. It's been a slugfest and a half. And neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this. Quite a half. More of the same, please. Score at the interval, 2-2. And so we're off again.
Sao Paulo clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Danielson. Nicely weighted ball. Played in deep.
Is that the first time we've seen him try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
Oh, it's Van Basten. Oh, that is a chance for a shot! Pele.
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
Oh, important interception. Pele. Busquets. And it's Batistuta. Great bullet! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
That's really good energy, Peter, the way they defend from the front.
Raul. And the through ball. He's picked his way through. And he's intervened well there. Belletti. Now Costa Curta. And back to the keeper. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can.
And the shot! Oh, what has happened here? Stoichkov. Denilson. And here's the chance to counter. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. He's played it back. Messi's cross.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
Now it's Van Basten. Distributed tidily. He is through here. And he's had a shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Well, it clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Xavi Alonso. Pele. Played out to the left flank. He's found a way through. And this is Pato. Oh, that's... Oh, shooting chance! No messing about, just bludgeoned away.
Substituição no time do Brasil. Camisa 7, Alexandre Pato. Camisa 10.
Neymar finds himself offside.
Camisa 30. Camisa 14. Deixando o campo para a entrada de camisa 20. Neymar. Camisa 8. Deco.
Belletti.
Camisa 21. Camisa 24.
And it's Chouameni.
Camisa 3. Substituição.
That's good running with the ball. Adrian. Can he finish? Goal! Brazil! Into the lead once more. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Brazil take the lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do. Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
And this is Neymar. Real chance! Really well taken goal. 2 ahead, late in the day. Game over, surely. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark. Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. Sao Paulo have themselves a chance from the spot. Eyeball to eyeball with the goalkeeper. One back. Not much more than a formality.
Yeah, as decisive as it comes. Spot chosen, spot hit.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.
Sao Paulo give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, the mindset has changed. Now they need to find all the courage they can get.
No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. Throw in. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Oh, that's superb. And that will be it. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing here, and at the margins, it was decided. How would you sum up what we've... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. So it's away we go then. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
It's got to be Alexandre Pato. His strongest attribute is his speed. He can outrun opponents, which buys him that crucial extra time to execute the final pass or attempted goal. He's a big threat.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. Oh, that's fabulous. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Chance here to counter. Now it's Forlan, and this is Ibrahimovic. Now there's and the shot! Goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Batistuta. Hullet. Played back into the centre. Van Basten. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Stoichkov has got himself a free kick. Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
So, power or guile, what's it going to be?
We could be looking at a game-changing moment. Borussia Dortmund, they've got away with it this time, but I think if they carry on giving away free kicks in positions like that, I think think they'll be made to pay. They've got to be very careful. Just a little more discipline is called for.
Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Howson.
Sao Paulo really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Oh, that's nice. Played back. And it's Hullet. And this is Van Basten. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Hullet really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
He's beaten the last man! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
It's really well read here, but having done the hard part, he'll be slightly disappointed not to make...
He gets big! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Belletti. That's a promising run he's making on the right. Sao Paulo are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. McAllister. Batistuta looks to get on the end of this. Hullet. He is through here. Now it's Van Basten. Nicely aimed pass. Threads one in. The most accurate pass. Costa Curta. Hullet. Sao Paulo finding their passes. And this is Batistuta. Great vision. He's and Batistuta! He scores! They have come roaring back!
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done. Oh, he's gifted it to the opposition. Busquets is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Belletti. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Busquets. Now Howson. And it's Hullet. Oh, that's a key interception. And here's Pato. Ibrahimovic. And the shot! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And they get themselves in front! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Borussia Dortmund go into the lead.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Big chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Shoots! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but still very good quick thinking on his part.
It's their second corner of the game. Oh, important interception. And it's He's tried one! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Well, that's confidence for you. Distance doesn't even bother him.
Teremos 3 minutos de acréscimo.
Into stoppage time, whistle due any moment. Busquets. Belletti. And here's Stoichkov. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Pato. Borussia Dortmund on the counter-attack now. And this is Ibrahimovic. Cross into the chance! And the half-time whistle goes. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Teremos uma substituição.
So off we go once more.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
And here's Van Basten. And he's being shifted off it.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Belletti. Tries to play it through. Stoichkov picks it up out wide. Gets his head on it! He will be livid with himself. Serginho picks it up from the goal kick. Roberto Carlos. Passing is crisp and sharp. Looking for the run. Sao Paulo needed that. They really... Pato! Batistuta, given the lift of his goal. Borussia Dortmund appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
And he cuts out the supply. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And that's put paid to a promising move. He has found the way through.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And a chance! It's there! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, there's only one team in it at the moment, and the question is, will they be happy to sit on this?
Busquets. Minha. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. And here's Van Basten. Stoichkov goes for a shot! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Sao Paulo really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Substituição em andamento.
Corner number 3 coming up. And now a sudden chance to counter. And reclaimed it in a trice. Bergkamp is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. Serginho. And here's Van Basten. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Dida claims it without any fuss. Rocher. Howson cuts it out. McAllister. Can he get it through? Oh, that's well spotted. Gullit, who does have an assist to his name. Now it's Pelé. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? It's Bergkamp! Sensational from Bergkamp! He's got himself an absolute peach. And they are cruising away.
Gol marcado para o Borussia Dortmund.
Stylish in the extreme, a delicious goal.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
There's going to be another change here.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that.
So now the difference is 3. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And it's Seedorf. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Seedorf demonstrating his defensive quality there. Spread neatly. He's got away. There's the delivery. And he's heaved it away. Van Basten. And he's there to make the challenge. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Oh, what's he done? He's having a hit! It's off target and by quite a way.
No, it's a fair attempt. I think he felt he could line one up there. The odds were never really in his favour.
Costa Curta. Now Howson. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. That is a little undercooked. Batistuta. Osimhen was only too happy to help out in defence.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Now it's Pelé. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Busquets. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And there's Green. Pelé gets through on his own. Chance, surely! Yes! It is no contest. It is a landslide. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to...
He's been bundled over. That is a foul. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it.
Well, he was the one player you had to keep away from the area. Not the best way to do it, though.
Whistle's gone, and they've got themselves a free kick. It's a quick one. Knocks it into space. Brilliantly cut out. And that pass isn't the best. And it's made its way to him. And that will be the final act. Sao Paulo cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were...